Chapter 49. Malik squealed. "I said reality." "What do you mean?" Rick asked, glee fringing his words. The Indian's head strained further away from Rick's cupped hands. "That's just the way it is. Reality. Must go after light." "Why?" "It can't be explained, fuckface." Dan's ears hurt from Malik's coarse tone. He remembered the angelic woman's voice on the recorder, broken, yet informative regarding Project X. He hoped he would have a chance to help this woman. When Rick opened his hands, Malik's head jerked, and the moth darted into the black hair instead of his ear. He became a storm of twists, head flops, and strains. The moth fluttered away as the man's chair tilted and fell in a clap. Dan felt sorry for the research scientist. He appeared so pathetic, drenched in perspiration on the floor. The moth had no idea its power over Malik. It simply headed in a circuitous path for the light. It held no interest in this man with a doctorate degree in computer science. Despite all his intelligence, Malik couldn't see that. Like so many people, fear owned him. Trying to recapture the moth, Rick began jumping and waving his arms like a little boy, causing the Indian to whine unidentifiable words. Settle down, Malik. All Rick wants is the truth." Leaping to the ceiling light, Rick protested. "I don't care about it as much as the moth. I think that's why it's so attracted to the light. It likes the known. It wakes in the discomfort of unknown and heads for the known." Malik squealed from the floor. "Moths cannot think, you idiot. It does not care about truth or lie." Rick continued. "For some reason it thinks light holds truth. What do you think, Mal? Does light hold truth?" "You are crazy." One of the moths landed behind the ceiling lamp, hidden from Malik. Rick winked at Dan as he cupped his hands, pretending to have caught the insect. He turned his back to Malik so the scientist couldn't see. He yanked off a thread from the bottom of Dan's black coat, smiling. "Look at the moth, Dan." He waved the thread at him. "I think it's angry about all the lies in this room. I hope it's going to be nice to Mr. Mal." "It does look pretty agitated," he concurred. "Why don't you set it free? Malik will talk." Rick turned to Malik and squatted, pressing his knee against the man's head, trapping it onto the floor. He put his cupped hands around Malik's ear, causing the man's body to jerk about, clapping the chair. "Sure, he'll talk a bunch of lies." He lowered the thread into Malik's ear, causing the man's body to convulse violently. Saliva flowing from his mouth, snot dripping from his nose, eyes burst in rivers, his body trying to wash out the imaginary insect. Dan didn't like to observe such anguish, but at least it was primarily psychological. Malik's own fears tortured him, not the thread. Rick was using violent physical means. Some agents from other countries would not think twice using. Rick did appear to enjoy himself a bit too much, though. He played the bad cop role perhaps too well, but Dan thought it was better Rick do this than himself. He believed he could never be as convincing or at least as enthusiastic as Rick. The Indian's man was tomato red. I tell. "I'm sorry," Rick teased. "I can't hear you. What do you say?" I will talk, Dan proposed. Let him up. Let's hear him out. Rick rose, turned away from Malik, raised his cup hands, and released the fictitious moth. Dan pulled the Indian man in his chair upright and grabbed several tissues from the box on the table to clean the man's face and mouth. You're okay now. Just be honest. Rick added, the moth will know if your words are from the light